What light can you help us shed on the whole thing around Twilight?
What is there to shed? I mean, the fact of the matter is that they're vampires, and as long as they can suck blood, all the girls are going to.
Yeah, of course. It pretty much is. It's like any other vampire movie. It wants to suck blood.
No offense to Orphan Black, of course, but you know, it's this guy to the point.
No, a lot of offense to you, or Chris Black.
I mean, if it ain't shit that we haven't seen before, and it's like,
Like I said, it's like with all this stereotypical shit. We've had like a shit ton of vampire movies. We've had several werewolf movies. Not as many, like I said, for every vampire movie to werewolf movie, there's like 3 to 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Last werewolf movie.
Even mummies have had their movies. 3, if you consider the Mummy series.
Yeah. Wait, but the last one was Asian.
What do you mean it wasn't awesome?
Well, I have yet to see it, so I can't speculate on anything.
Yeah, well, you know, Jet Li.
Yeah, Jet Li, man, get her on Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. But you know what I want to see. You know what I want to see that I've yet to see in like a long ass while.
You have to record the ass beating that's about to take place.
Of course.
Yeah. But what I'd like to see, I'd like to see a Gilman movie.
A Gilman?
Yeah, a Gilman movie. You remember the monster from the Black Lagoon? That's what they were considered. They were called Gilman.
Dude, that's like trying to say, when are we going to get a good Gamera movie? That ain't going to happen anytime soon.
Well, they did recently come up with one up in this one.
Yeah, but unless Japan ain't sucking off Godzilla's dick, yeah.
That's another franchise that I'm gonna have to tear an asshole into. The Godzilla fan base. Godzilla fan base is a bunch of fickle ass motherfuckers. I gotta tell you.
Dude, they're single-minded people will
No,
come.
nothing against Godzilla, because he has made some great movies, but let's be honest here. He isn't all that. I mean, for Christ's sake, people make him out to be, oh, he's invincible, no one can stop him. I can name a bunch of movies where he's needed help.
Mind you, from humans.
From humans or from other monsters. Case in point, any of the Mechagodzilla movies. Spider-Man, Godzilla, yeah, freaking Japan. Thanks a lot for killing, Spider-Man for us, giving him a giant robot. But that's something for
Spider-Man.
But that's for something else on a different day. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. Oh my God, the guy was getting pwned all over the place. He needs a bunch of people to save him. I thought he was the king of the monsters. I thought he was this invincible ass rubber suited fat fuck that was invincible, that didn't need help. Oh my God, and there's plenty of other.
Dude,
even in Godzilla versus Hedra.
Not to mention in freaking when he faced
lost
off against
to AIDS.
When he freaking fought against King Ghidorah, man. That dude needed freaking help from not only Rodan but also Mothra.
Look at that. King of the monsters, and he needs help from freaking monsters that he himself has had to fight before.
Pretty much. And let's not forget the ass whooping that he got bestowed upon him from King Kong. Which he shoots lightning bolts from his nipples.
And that's another thing. And that's another thing Japan killed. Thanks a lot for making our cute and cuddly monster look like a big fuzzy.
Dude, man, freaking that was King Kong
rubbing his nipples to charge for electricity.
Dude, man.
Yeah, Japan. You never cease to amaze me. 2/3 of the world's weirdest shit comes from ya.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You know what's
I have 2 words for you. Matthew Broderick.
Oh, from the American Godzilla movie? The actual good one? The one that made the most sense out of all the movies?
And let me explain why. Now, see, like I said, not discrediting the actual Godzilla for what he's done and everything, but frankly, I'm more of a Zilla fan. I say this why? Because he's an underdog. He's an underdog battling a very rabid fan base. Now, I can understand if the Godzilla 98 movie didn't live up as a Godzilla movie, but as a monster movie on its own, as a kaiju movie on its own, I thought it was fucking superb. I thought it was a very good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'll say this much. At least the story and origin at least has some logic versus any of the stories that Godzilla has made. I mean, let's look at it from a perspective. A giant monster. Well, I'm talking about the Japanese Godzilla one.
In a rubber suit.
A giant...
Shh, don't tell them that.
A giant a fat, stubby-armed monster over here destroying cities for no good reason. Over here, pretty much acting like a spiteful prick with freaking chili pepper breath.
No, pretty much. Remember, we discussed about this last time. Remember, though, the whole thing about Godzilla, that's him on a bad day with, after drinking Devil Springs.
Look at that. It's just another day in Tokyo, drunk on Devil Springs.
Yeah, pretty much. He's
versus a storyline about a monster that was once again created by an atomic accident. Why shouldn't we be surprised? But it has a believable reason why it invades a city. It goes into a city not to wipe it out because it's PMSing or because it wants revenge on humanity. It raids the city looking for a nest to lay its eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And versus the actual Godzilla who eats on atomic radiation. LOL, what?
Makes perfect sense. What are you talking about?
This monster actually has a biological diet. It feeds on fish because of the fact that it's an aquatic reptile. So it makes sense. But then again, I'm putting logic into something that's fictional. But I'm sorry that I prefer something with quality over the quantity that is Godzilla.
Yeah, and boy, do they got the quantity in those films, man.
And another thing that the Zilla franchise has produced, Godzilla the series.
No, that was an awesome ass cartoon.
Cartoon versus anything Japan could ever hope or dream to produce. Ever hope and dream to produce. It was a cartoon that was made by the same animators that did the Men in Black cartoon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Another fucking cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Where are cartoons like that nowadays? I miss those cartoons. I wouldn't be striving for anime if it wasn't for the fact that the U.S. hasn't produced a good cartoon since Channel 11.
I'm sorry.
No, man,
we're taking off so much right now. So much anime. Sending them to 4 kids.
Yeah, man. Sending 4 kids, man, because it's all about the 4 kids, man. We gotta set the words like taxi.
You know what was another good cartoon back in the day? The Evolution cartoon. It was a cartoon based off of the movie Evolution. With David Duchovny.
Let's see that one.
But it was a good cartoon. It was a good cartoon for what it was.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, if you mentioned that you like the travesty, quote unquote travesty, that was the Godzilla 1998 movie.
Because dude, if you
people will actually launch a lynch mob to come at you. That movie sucks.
Yeah, it's funny because the majority of the fans.
That Godzilla's
It's funny because, like I said, if you go if you have a casual conversation with the majority of the Godzilla fans, and if you bring up the Zilla movie, dude, they were pretty much act like you're non-existent to them. That's how single-minded these bastards come when it comes to comparing the Zilla movies and the actual Godzilla movies.
Yeah, and you know what really has me looking at this fan base like, what the fuck? It's like Godzilla Final Wars. This is supposed to be pretty much one of the finest Godzilla movies up to date. When you first see it, you're like, wow, this movie kicks ass. Yo, that movie pwns. But when you sit there and you look at it from another perspective, Godzilla brushes through most of his opponents like it's nothing. And these were opponents that took him full feature-length movies to take down.
Pretty much. Oh, and we're kind of short, but stay tuned for the next part.